So I'm here with Anthony Thornton, who's the head coach of the New South Wales Institute of Sport Women's Hockey Program and also the head coach of the New South Wales Arrows.
Yes.
Anthony, can I start by asking you a fairly broad question? How do you think hockey's changed, say, versus 10 or 15 years ago, and particularly the way that teams set out to play at the international level?
Yeah, there's been a significant shift in hockey, and rules have had a part to do with that, with the play the ball to yourself rule around free hits. It's meant the game has become more flowing, and so the players have a little bit more freedom to play around positions, and it isn't necessarily netball-like now, where it used to be netball-like. And so players now, as I say, don't have netball positions on their back. They have to be free to play across the field and up and down the field. And so we're looking for defenders from the back that actually can play as midfielders, and that's a key change that's happened in the game. And so athletic requirements are much more because of that running requirement. Traditional fullbacks were the almost fat guys because the goalkeepers were the fattest. They stood at the back and hit the ball. Now they have to be able to play like midfielders. Yeah. So key change, and part of that is the rules.
Yeah. And so given that, how do you set your teams up to go out and play?
Exactly like that. I'm looking for fluidity between the lines, and I'm looking for a work rate that would facilitate fluidity. If I had a perfect choice of players, it would be athletic players as a first choice with skill around it. Clearly you need hockey intelligence, right? But I'm setting the team up for elongation, for stretching, for moving the ball into space, for people running with the ball and running with real purpose with the ball to target back defenders. And that's what we're trying to achieve.
Great. So given that, what would the complete hockey player look like these days?
Well, something not unlike Mark Knowles or Matthew Butterini, in that they're defensive players who could play equally sound as a central defender, but can play in the midfield, could play as a striker. And they have skill on the ball, they can pass the ball, they have vision, they have athleticism, they're very aware of what's going on in the game, and that sort of player, invaluable. And one of them actually plays as a goalkeeper as well, so a complete player.
So with when you're bringing girls into the NSWIS program, what are you looking for in terms of selecting them for those squads?
Well, that's a hard question, but the first thing I look for is, do those players make a positive difference to the game? So I'm looking for players that have an influence that's positive for their team, not for the opposition, clearly. And what that could mean is not necessarily about scoring goals, although clearly that's important, but players that make a difference. It could be a big trap that's made every single time. It could be a real contribution in the midfield that gets the ball forward. So a range of things that could come into that, but players that make a difference. So I don't want players that just do boring old stuff all the time. They have to do more than that. And part of that is athleticism. And with the rules, the athleticism is becoming more and more important.
And what's actually involved in being in the NSWIS squad?
15 sessions a week. The gym, aerobic sessions, hockey sessions, all of it quite demanding, structured on a key focus for the year, one or two key focuses, which may be for players under 18 tournament 21s, or it could be national junior level, or it could be national league, depending on which level they're operating at. But a key focus for the year would be the purpose of what they're training and preparing for.
Great. And then finally, how are the Arrows looking this year?
Pretty good, but difficult to prepare because 12 of them are in Perth with the national squad, so preparation zero.
When do they go away?
October.
Yeah. So you've got a little bit of time.
Plenty of time.
Well, Anthony, thanks so much for spending some time with us, and good luck this year.
No problem. Thank you.
Cheers.